1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz.
Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy, Hikins and Trevor.
Printed money, that's what they say. They put, because the country needs more money to finance the NHS or whatever else. The bank, they get the Bank of England to print money. Well, they don't literally print money. What they do is called quantitative easing. So if the government wants to raise £15 billion, the Bank of England will simply issue government stock, government bonds to that value, and the institutions usually buy up those stocks. So because they know there's a guarantee on those bonds or that stock, say in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, the government will pay that what you bought, and then interest on it as well. So so far it's always a very safe investment. I say so far because you never know. If a country ends up going bust, which sometimes countries do, then you're in deep trouble. But obviously, if a central bank, which is what the Bank of England is, if they issue too much of that, it puts a lot of money overall into the system. The more money you put into the system, giving people more money to spend, then what happens if a lot of people want to buy a particular product, the price goes up because it becomes scarce otherwise. So you can then generate inflation, which means the money loses its value, simply because you've done too much quantitative easing and it's become a habit. And actually, if you go back to the gold standard, that would have been the very opposite of sensible accounting, to start effectively printing money to put into the system. So money by definition has to be almost scarce. I think that's the word the economists in the past have used, that to have its real value, it has to be scarce. It shouldn't be too easy to come by. And if you sometimes people say, why isn't everything in the world free? Why do we have to charge money? Why we wouldn't have poor people? We wouldn't have children in poverty? Well, the sad reality is, if you didn't have money, you wouldn't have the goods to buy in the shops or anything, because if you don't give humans a motivation to get up in the mornings and go out and perform something, to do something, then nothing really will get done. We wouldn't have, perhaps some people would have the motivation to go and, run their farm or make their cars, whatever. But without something coming back as a reward for your efforts, it's easy to suppose that things would stop coming. You wouldn't be able to buy the food or anything else. You'd have to look after yourself as best you could. So money is a vital system. But in a way, you could look at it that it's a system totally based on confidence, because, once confidence goes, I remember when they had the banking crash in 2008, there was, I remember somewhere local to here, one of the banks, I forget which bank it was. It wasn't one of the main three or four.
It was the Northern Bank.
It was, I think, the Northern Bank, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And there was a bit of a run on the bank. When you hear of a run on the bank, it means, I remember the pictures in the papers, these long queues winding miles away as people were queuing up, panicking that the bank was going bust.
Yeah.
I think it was, as you say, it was the Northern Bank. Yeah. I think eventually it was bought by another bank, and it was obviously saved. But the point is, they all wanted their money. And if you actually, even today, any time, if all the customers of a bank decided they wanted to get their money out in cash.
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.
Wednesday afternoon. Hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. The leader of our gang will make the show go with a bang and fund the aim of everything Cuz does. And fund the aim of everything Cuz does.